All right, everybody, this is the Fantasy Sports Boss with another Crisis Point video. Today, I want to talk about Rashaad Penny of the Seattle Seahawks, everybody's second half darling last year when he went absolutely ballistic and was the difference maker in scores of NFL fantasy football winning, league winning championship teams, rushing for over 30 yards in 4 of his last 5 starts. A true gem after years of frustration, injury, missed games, just underperformance, never catching the football. It all came together down the stretch a year ago. That led into this drafting season for fantasy football. There was optimism that Penny would be able to pick up where he left off in a very run-heavy Seattle offense after they traded away Russell Wilson to the Denver Broncos, giving the starting quarterback job to Geno Smith. So a lot of running would be in store. And yes, the concern was at least somewhat potent when it came to the drafting of Kenneth Walker. But Pete Carroll refuted that quickly and said it would be there would be plenty of running opportunities to go around. And with Walker probably needing to come along a little bit slowly as a rookie, Penny was slated to be the guy. As a result, in fantasy football drafts, Rashaad Penny was going around the 7th or 8th round, 7th round in standard, 8th round in PPR. He does stand out a little bit more in standard leagues because, again, he's not much of a pass receiver, but his running, just as a pure runner, very, very impressive stuff. Unfortunately, as we've begun the 2022 season, the early results are not promising. Game 1, 12 carries for 60 yards, not a bad per carry average, but just not as big of an impact as we anticipated. Did catch 2 passes, which was always, which always is a bonus with Penny. But then last week, 6 carries, 15 yards, just an utter abomination as the Seahawks were destroyed by the San Francisco 49ers. And so right away now, there's a groundswell of talk in the fantasy football community that Kenneth Walker is going to take over. Rashaad Penny should be dropped. Last year was just a fluke. On and on and on it goes. What I will say about this, and this is somebody myself who has been a big critic of Penny in the past, I will, in this instance, preach patience, all right? At least for 2 more weeks or 2 more games. The next 2 weeks, Penny is going to be facing the Atlanta Falcons, and then he's going to be facing the Detroit Lions, 2 of the worst defenses in the NFL. If Penny can't get on track in those games, then feel free to cut him outright. Even if you want to bench him or for this week to see if he does get back on track, and I think he will, the Seahawks will have a much better game script going against these 2 teams as opposed to the 49ers, who were clearly the superior team, and they're a Super Bowl contending team this season. I think it's going to be much easier sledding for Penny, in particular this week against the Falcons. And again, if he can't do it this week, then for sure you could start having that conversation about cutting him loose, but just not yet. So give it at least through the Atlanta Falcon game, ideally through the Lions game as well. All right, make sure you hit that subscribe, hit that notification button if you haven't done so already. More videos on their way.